Now, in a season where it feels like the Giants don't have a lot of things to root for at this moment, with the current juncture of this team, we got to realize there's a lot of young players on this team. And with young players, you need to give them time to develop and time to really kind of, make themselves known. And this guy is continuing to, climb the ranks, and possibly he should be a young star that should be talked about on this Giants defense specifically. And this guy we're talking about is Micah McFadden. Now, Micah McFadden was drafted in the 5th round of Indiana and Joe Schoen's first draft class for this team. And, starting off, coming out of the 5th round, some guys don't necessarily make it. They kind of just start off on special teams. Micah McFadden's kind of been in the fold ever since he's been drafted. And the linebacker core for this Giants team in the last 5, 6, 7 years has been trash. I'm going to be honest, it's been trash. We've had guys like Blake Martinez try to step in. We've had other guys that try to step in from other teams, kind of in their late years. And, the linebacker core been bad. But ever since we signed Bobby Okereke, it looks like Micah McFadden has surged up the ranks, especially considering with Bobby Okereke being the leading guy. Bobby Okereke is still one of the better linebackers in the league, especially on this team. But Micah McFadden, right now, PFF loves him. This team should be the one that's loving them as well. A lot of us fans don't give enough credit for Micah McFadden, and we should start doing so, man. PFF ranks him as the 2nd highest linebacker so far in this season. And with the team that, is bad against the run, you may argue, hey, what do the stats show? Why does Micah McFadden even should be in that realm with those linebackers? Micah McFadden has an average depth of tackle at 2.4, which pretty much means anytime he's making a tackle, he's limited the amount of yards that a running back or per se receiver, anything that can happen. He's limited the amount of yards that they get on him. And Micah McFadden is in that role once again. He is the other linebacker beside Bobby Okereke. We need guys to be running sideline to sideline, and that's what Micah McFadden does. Early on in his career, we felt like for Micah McFadden, it's been the missed tackles and him not wrapping up in certain tackles and bringing guys to the ground. You've seen some plays where he was just missing them. Right now, he's been playing well, man. Right now, he has over 20 solo tackles currently. And not only is he making his name known as well as in PFF, but in general, against the run right now, he's been one of our better defenders. There's a lot of different pieces you can look at, and you could say, Brian Burns is not good against the run. Kayvon Thibodeau is not good against the run. Our DBs aren't stopping the run. There's a reason why some of these teams are able to gash us, because they get out to the perimeter, and if they're able to wash down those linebackers that we have, which I believe we have one of the best tandems in not only the NFL and not only in the NFC. One of the best tandems at the linebacker position. If you're able to wash them down, the other parts of this defense, man, yes, maybe they are giving up runs. Yes, maybe the DBs are, and maybe even the edge players are, but we know that our linebackers are performing the way they are supposed to, and we have to give them their flowers. And a 1-3 start, there's not a lot of things we want to talk about. We want to just talk about winning. But we got to look at a guy like Micah McFadden that was drafted in the 5th round. He's developed pretty nice. Joe Schoen is missing some picks. Let's be honest. He's missing some picks, but this one he has to get credit for. Is this a game-altering, type of player? That's what we need him to be. I feel like for other people, they might look at Micah McFadden and think that he doesn't produce the way he does. And even fans on this team, who is Micah McFadden, But that's why we're making videos like this, to pretty much tell him where he's from, and also just tell him the type of difference that he's making on this team right now. Now, he's not going to make the plays that, really wows you in terms of a pick six and coverage or any of those different things. But overall, as a linebacker, he's been top of the league this year so far, and he has to be talked about. Micah McFadden is outproducing Bobby Okereke at this moment. Now, do I expect that to continue? Prove me wrong. I think Bobby Okereke is still the better linebacker, but prove me wrong, Micah. We've seen him in these past couple of years, get deflections off of Bobby Okereke and caught them for interceptions and making differences there. Not only has this guy been, on the field for us, but he's also been battling injury. Like, this guy might not even be fully healthy at the moment. He was battling injury all through training camp. And if you ask me, I thought he wasn't going to be the starting linebacker. We had other guys that were from the practice squad that was looking like they were going to make the difference. Deontay Johnson was one of them. But Micah McFadden has stepped into his role, and he's played well. And maybe you could look at Shane Bowen's defense being one of those reasons why as well. Having more D linemen up front and not having those exotic, plays that we taken on that we did with Wink Martindale. You even see Micah McFadden produce as a blitzer. I mean, thinking of him, the couple plays that he's made where he's making a running back miss to get to the quarterback, and you think about the sack that he had on Deshaun Watson or the sack that he should have had on Jaden Daniels, the ability is there, the burst is there, the player is in there. Micah McFadden needs to make his name known across the league, That's the next step. But right now, all I can say is I got to give him his flowers. Micah McFadden is doing his thing, and I hope to see him continue to improve. And who knows, man, from a 5th rounder at one point to get a 2nd contract, which that would be in these next coming years, that's a W pick. That is a great pick. Joe Shane, there's a lot of things we could bash you for. There's a lot of things we could talk about, but I will give you your flowers on this pick if Micah McFadden continues to be probably a top 10 linebacker in this league. That will put us at the top 10, linebacker tandems in the league for sure. And I think from there, man, hopefully this defense continues to, set the edge, let our linebackers play well, and maybe you'll see the run defense, continue to bolster up. Maybe you'll see us stop the run a bit more and see those type of differences. But right now, we can't complain about this player. So Micah McFadden, you get your flowers, sir. If there's other things we want to talk about, man, there's a lot of things to feature with the Seahawks matchup, man. I will be having the preview dropping tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Thank you to everyone that pulled up to the live stream yesterday. I appreciate y'all. And listen, next week we're going live with TP, and we probably will be going live after this Sunday. I can't guarantee it because of my retail schedule, but next week we're live with TP, man. Make sure you are in the building next Thursday. I will be scheduling that soon on the live stream, so make sure you stay tuned for that. With all else being said, shout out to the Yankees. We might have to talk about the Yankees soon, man, but we'll see on that, man. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.